Recovery on Air, the official podcast of Crossroads Addiction Rehabilitation. Candid discussion about addiction and recovery with the people who have lived it, along with input from experts on the journey from struggle to triumph. Laugh, cry, and be inspired. And now, your host for Recovery on Air, Christin Day.
All right. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Recovery on Air, where we talk about the good, the bad, the miracles. I know I always say that I'm super excited for this guest, but this one is near and dear to my heart. This has been a long journey, and he's literally my favorite human. So welcome my husband, Ian. Hi.
Hi. What's going on, everybody? My name's Ian. I am the husband.
Yes.
Gosh, where do we start?
Well, I think that, I wanted to talk about you and childhood and growing up and what that looked like.
Oh gosh, Phoenix is so different than, it's such a different place than where I grew up. I grew up in Centerville, Indiana. There was one stoplight, one gas station, no fast food. I think I looked up the actual population to Centerville the other day, and it was like 2,700 or something like that. Yeah, and then think of that, like half of that is children.
Yeah.
So, but it was a great place to grow up.
Yeah.
Like, we got to ride our bicycles around town. We got to play outside. We got to really have a solid foundation of like love and friendship and teamwork, and we got to learn things that I feel like sometimes like is robbed from children here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
That purity of childhood and being a child for a little bit longer, into adolescence. So I got the opportunity to experience that, which was super cool. And my parents, they're still married to this day.
Right. How long are they been married?
Oh gosh,
now?
I don't even know. 30, late, like into the
almost 40.
Yeah, almost 40 years.
Yeah.
So they were high school sweethearts, and then ended up getting married like right after high school.
Right.
And then a couple years later had us, and I grew up with a sister. She was 18 months older than me. Unfortunately, we lost her a little bit ago, 5 or 6 years ago, to esophageal cancer. You helped me through that, though.
Absolutely. That's when we first met.
Yeah, man. That's a huge jump forward, but growing up was just amazing. Like, we had everything we needed. We had all the love in the world, and mom and dad didn't argue and fight in front of us, and we never, like, violence wasn't a thing.
Right.
So it's interesting to see like where my story went, and growing up, just being an alcoholic and suffering from alcoholism for so many years, just the roller coaster ride of it all, and the interesting concepts that, like, man, my life was way different than my parents' life.
Yeah.
When
did drugs and alcohol start playing a factor in your life?
I was kind of like the little kid, like at the my parents didn't drink. Let me start here. My parents didn't drink. Mm-hmm. They did, but they didn't.
Right.
Like, my mom never drinks.
Yeah.
My dad has a drink here and there, and
he likes bourbon or
scotch and all that nasty stuff. But we would always have these family gatherings, and everybody would have a drink.
Yeah.
And so they would need somebody to go get the drink from the cooler.
Right.
And my grandpa too, my mom's dad, he drank every day. He'd go do yard work and drink Miller High Life,
I remember the pictures in the RV.
Yeah, he had a beer in his hand
Yeah.
while we were all in the RV and
Yeah.
everything. You know, I get it from my granddad, that's for sure. But like, I would always take little sips, you know.
Did they pay you to go get their beer and their drinks?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how you
Here's
made
a
your
dollar
little
and a
side
sip,
hustle.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's
For
a here's a dollar and here's your sip of booze, man. Because back then it really wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah,
for sure.
it wasn't a big deal. People were still rubbing
Whiskey
or rum on babies' gums to get them over the teething process and help them sleep. And and so like it kind of started with that.
Yeah.
Like that's where I really, looking back at my story, I'm like, dang man, like we talk a lot about like in the program, like that first drink.
Right.
Like once I have that first drink, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Right. It's a cause and effect. And you know, I look back to those first drinks and then I can realize that like I was uncomfortable in my skin from, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old and just looking for a solution.
Yeah.
And like surrounded by people that loved me and feeling so alone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we had a friend that was sharing at one of the big, huge conferences. I forget exactly which one. We go to so many.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was, but she was like, thank God I found alcohol.
Yeah.
Because there were so many days and nights where I felt so hopeless. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you're not at an age at 11, 12, 13 years old where you're like, yeah, I just want to kill myself. You know, I just want to off myself. Like that wasn't really a thing for me. But I do remember going through some pretty rough times in like year like 13 or 14.
Okay.
You know, and
you were playing sports and everything at that time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was my get down.
Gotcha.
Like I was an athlete.
Gotcha.
Like just from a little kid, I remember my dad used to take me, and when it was raining outside, he would take me in the garage and he would hit me ground balls and toss me ground balls, and he would always play catch with me, and so I was playing baseball and basketball and football and all of that since I was, you know, Ryder's age, our son Ryder.
Right.
And so I got really good at sports, and that was like really the answer to my problem for a little while, is that like, you know, if I was good at sport, like sports would take up some time, like they would take up some of that feeling.
Right.
I could distance myself from that hopeless state of mind and body. And just validation, you know, validation from the females.
Yeah.
That was a huge thing for me for some reason. And that would get me through the day.
Gotcha.
But when I didn't get that, I was restless and irritable and really, really, really discontented until I found alcohol. You know?
And how old were you?
14.
Okay.
You know, 14 years old. I remember the first time I ever had alcohol, like actually drank.
Right.
Blackout drunk. The goal was to have a few beers and chill. Like my buddy's parents were out of town. They were at the riverboat because in Indiana you have to go to other places, like
right.
Unless you want to go to a dive bar. So they're at the riverboat and we're stealing their beer out of the fridge, and I see this bottle at the top of the refrigerator.
Yeah. And
it's a Wild Turkey bottle.
Blech.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Blech.
Yeah, horrible. Like you would think after the first one, I was like, no, maybe not, you know?
I was not a whiskey drinker.
No whiskey for you?
No. Wine and Malibu.
It hits you quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was why I liked whiskey, but
gotcha.
It was never for the taste. It was always for the effect, right? But I get that about 5 or 6 shots into that Wild Turkey, and I'm just out.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything. Like, I don't even remember really it solving my problem, right? Like, I just didn't have to feel the way I felt.
Right.
And that's crazy for a child to feel that way.
For sure. Especially at that age.
But, I mean, that's the disease of alcoholism, right?
Right.
Like, that's just what it is. Like,
So did you get caught or anything by your parents? Like, what did that look like?
No consequences.
Gotcha.
Other than like I had to be hosed down in the bathtub because
you threw up all over
threw up all over myself,
Right.
peed all over myself. It was an amazing evening.
Yeah.
You know, I guess you could call it an amazing evening. I would.
How long did it take you to do it again? Probably
Yeah.
the next weekend.
Well, I just like all I remember. I can't tell you the exact time between drinks, but like because it wasn't really easy to get.
Right.
You know, we were 14 years old in Centerville, Indiana. Like it wasn't a thing, right? Like we'd have to take it, and then if you get caught, there's consequences.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get caught. We just got away with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I can tell you this much is like, after I had gotten home and everything had settled and I didn't have any consequences, you would think that a normal person would be like, well, like, okay, that's not something I want to do again.
Right.
But my first thought was, how do I do this without vomiting all over myself? Like, how do I achieve this feeling, the effects produced by alcohol without blacking out, without all of the I guess those were the consequences.
Beer before liquor makes you sicker?
I don't know. I just wanted to do it without
throwing up.
I had figured out. That was my thought. My thought was like, how do I get away with this and not throw up? So that was the goal.
Okay.
You know, that was the goal moving forward.
So when did it really like start hitting? Were you drinking a lot in high school? And
Yeah, we would it's such a like wholesome experience. You know what I mean? Like it's like if you were to have a movie about a small town, like Dazed and Confused.
listen, I always
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, but I don't recall that much of it. Your hometown reminds me of Varsity Blues and a bunch of corn-fed jocks. You know, when you took me out there to Centerville and you were like, yeah, we should move here. And I'm like, no,
So
you can move there and do 6 months over there and 6 months here. But this girl is a city girl, and I do not do small town. I mean, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It was. And, you know, I would go back with you, but living there, I'm good.
It's such a different experience.
It is.
Such a
Absolutely.
different experience, man. Like I remember like when we first went back, because I took my wife back to Indiana to make sure that my family liked her, because all my immediate family still lives in Indiana. So like I took her back to Indiana just to make sure. And my plan was not to propose to you that weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't. There wasn't a plan.
But you called my dad. After the fact, I found out that you had called my dad in Colorado.
Yeah. Like I made sure I handled that. Like I knew I was going to ask you to marry me, but I didn't know when.
Gotcha.
And then you had went home, and like I'd never experienced a relationship like that.
Gotcha.
You know, like somebody that you just talked to all of them and you got to know them, and there was just nothing. Like I struggle with that.
Yeah.
You know, and well, I think I do. I'm my worst critic.
Yeah. We all are.
Yeah, that place is magical.
It is. So you're in high school, drinking, partying, total jock, playing football, wrestling, all-star state.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Your Letterman jacket and all that.
I'm like full-blown alcoholic mode, smoking pot, drinking. And we were such a little school that we didn't drug test or anything like that.
Right.
Like, so I didn't have to pass a drug test. The first time I had to pass a drug test was when I went to go play baseball in college. So like all through high school, I was full-blown alcoholic, pot smoking, drug addict.
Did you get good grades?
I did. Yeah, I did. There was one, my junior year, I flunked off the wrestling team. I got too many D's. But that kind of just whooped me back into shape.
You have your sister help you with your homework?
My senior year. I drove all the way to Muncie. She was at Ball State University.
Wow.
Yeah.
And had her do your homework for
Absolutely.
you so that
yeah,
you
I
could...
drank and she did my homework.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, I mean, she loved me. But like, that was all of high school, though.
Right.
You know, I shared a locker with a chick just so I could copy her homework. She wasn't my girlfriend. You know?
Yeah. So when you graduate and everything, what does that look like?
So I had like really big plans. Cause
What
like,
were your plans?
well, I mean, like you said, you know, all state honorable mention in football, like, you know, conference champs, TEC champ, like all these, like if I showed you my letter jacket, like you've seen my letter jacket,
I know,
like
I
it's
wore it.
all these patches. And so I had like these big hopes of like, I'm going to play something. Like
Be
that's
in
what
the
I'm going to do.
WWE or?
I'm just going to play something.
Got you.
Like I'm going to play it. So I tried to go play football at a place in Ohio.
Gotcha.
Because I really liked football. But my life was baseball. And so I always teetered between the two. Wrestling was just kind of a buffer to keep me in shape.
Gotcha.
But when I got the transition from high school to college was horrible, to say the least.
Why is that?
My dad had moved out to Arizona already the summer I graduated.
Gotcha.
And all the behavioral stuff and my disease just really started to take a hold of my life.
Gotcha.
Like, it always gets worse, never better.
Right.
Like alcoholism is going to chew you up, swallow you, and spit you out in the depths of the lowest of the low places that you would never think you would find yourself ever in your whole entire life. And that's where it started to get bad. So I somehow get a baseball scholarship to go play baseball at this university in Fort Wayne, Indiana called St. Francis. And so I get there and naturally, like it's a college and their football team is like NAIA division champs 4 times running. Like they're a big deal.
Right.
And so like an NAIA school is a Division II school. So it's not Division III. It's not a like JUCO college or a Division III. It's in the middle, right? So the plan was to go play ball at this Division II school for a couple of years and then try to go play at like IU or somewhere like that.
The one that you just won the bet on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was in Bloomington. But
So you go to college and
I drank my life away.
okay.
And they want me to like pass this test. Like I did the test, the SATs, the ACTs, right, to get into college. They were horrible. I don't know how I got in. And then I get there and like they want me to take this other test because I'm a baseball player and I can't pass the test, right? It's a drug test.
Oh.
Yeah. And so like I just never have been able to pass one of those.
Right.
Like that was a huge moment for me when I could pass a drug test. Because there was always something.
Yeah.
There's always something. Like I always needed some form of weed, alcohol, pills, some sort of substance.
Gotcha.
Like some way to sedate me throughout the week so that I could just get by, you know?
So what happens with college?
I get kicked out.
Lose your scholarship, all that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I didn't get kicked out, but I lost the scholarship, you know?
Yeah, man. Like, I didn't make it a semester. And I got drunk on campus. There were a couple write-ups and I got drunk on campus and I may or may not have tried to fight the security guard and then they take me to jail. And that was my first time in jail, was in the drunk take in Fort Wayne.
Okay.
And then they
Calling mommy and daddy, or they let you out?
Mom and dad were here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Mom and dad were in Arizona, dude. Like it was fend for yourself, you know,
Gotcha.
and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Like if you want me to be completely honest with you, I was scared. Like I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how I was going to do it. Like, life was super unmanageable.
So you get kicked out of college and you decide to move here with your parents?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call
Mommy
mom and
daddy.
dad. Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. I call mom and dad, and I figure out that Arizona is amazing for alcoholics. You know, y'all taught me how to drink.
Yep.
I thought that I had a problem in Indiana.
So I'm going to do a geographical change and everything's going to be better.
Yeah. Come to find out, no matter where I go, there I am.
Yeah.
You know? And so nothing really changed. It got worse, never better.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to hold it together for a little bit.
Right.
I used to smoke a lot of weed.
Okay.
And that was kind of my thing, is I would act like everything was okay. Or I would like grab onto coattails of a female and ride those coattails. So like if she had a car, I had a car. Or if like she had a house, I had a house.
Gotcha.
You know, she had a dog, I had a dog.
That was my dog.
that was my dog, you know. She had kids, I had kids.
Yeah.
You know.
So you get here to Arizona and what happens?
I get here to Arizona in 2007, so like right after high school. I run amok around Apache Junction in Mesa for, I would say like 10 years.
Okay.
So 2000, little less, 8 to 10 years. Okay. I'm running amok in AJ and Mesa. And, you know, it starts out real innocent. It's like, you know, drinking on the weekends.
Right.
I tried to go to MCC for a couple of years.
Mesa Community College.
Yeah. And did the whole MCC thing and art school. And they didn't really have much of an art school at MCC, though. They had a fine arts degree.
Gotcha.
I went from a graphic design major to fine arts, you know, degree at MCC. So a lot of like media arts, a lot of stuff that you see like behind these productions in the background and stuff like that.
So when did you get introduced to tattooing?
I got my first couple of tattoos when I was in Indiana.
Oh.
From a guy named Mark.
Okay.
He owned Mark for Life in Connorsville. And coincidentally enough, that's where my parents ended up living later on.
Wow.
Yeah. And so those were my first couple of tattoos, and like they hurt.
Yeah.
Really bad. Like tattoos hurt. I don't know if you guys know, but tattoos hurt. I mean, you wouldn't think it with all the tattoos we have on our heads and stuff, but
I'm a wuss now. Even though I have a lot of tattoos, it's not the business.
But I mean, what are you going to really do?
Right.
With an art degree? What are you going to be, a painter?
I mean, you never know.
I mean, a lot of people are.
Right.
But what are you going to do that's mainstream that, like, I don't know. I always thought that I was God. So, like, I always thought that I had to figure everything out, you know? So it's like, I didn't even know I was going to be an art major, to be honest. Like, they were like, what do you want to major in? And I was like, baseball.
So you get your tattoos, you start, how did you get started with tattooing?
I bought a tattoo machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Amazon didn't exist yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, eBay.
eBay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I bought a tattoo machine on eBay, and
you started practicing.
Well, I did. I did the practice skins a couple of times, but then it got boring. Okay. Like, it was just like the practice skins are boring. And like right now I have my apprentice using practice skins, and so it's redundant.
It's time to let him practice on some skin.
I know. We did the other day.
Good.
Yeah, and it got boring that same night, so I just put a stencil on my wrist and tattooed myself.
Okay.
I covered it up now, but it was right here on my wrist. It said Mom. I figured she couldn't get mad.
You gotta have a mom tattoo.
Yeah, well, I figured she couldn't get mad at me if
you did
the tattoo said Mom.
Right.
Yeah, so I still have my Pops tattoo.
That's
right
crazy.
Here. So Mom and Pops were first. I did this one. There's some other ones I did on my arms that it's just wild.
So how did you get your apprenticeship?
So I walked into this tattoo shop in 2013, and it was called Rat-a-Tat Tattoo. The guy that owned it, his name was Bobby. He passed away, and I walked in there and felt at home.
Yeah.
And those guys were so important to me. Like, I'm going to get emotional. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right.
I was a hot mess, man.
Yeah.
I was the hot mess express. Like, dude, here I come.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, don't sell weed. And I'm like, with ounces of weed in my backpack.
Yeah.
You know, don't bring weed in my shop. The backpack sits in the hallway outside. Like,
Yeah.
it's wild, man. Because like with full transparency, I learned so much from Bobby and Mike and Matt and Shannon and Scott. Like, I learned so much from them. But the dude that was technically mentoring me, all I learned from him was how to smoke heroin. Like that.
So that's when you got introduced to heroin, and
Yeah.
your addiction took you to another level.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that like I always did drugs periodically. Like, but I had this delusion in my head that like I could stop whenever I wanted to.
But you couldn't.
Because when I was 17, I was addicted to cocaine and I stopped.
Gotcha.
I just stopped doing it. Right. And so I had this delusion that like, okay, well, hard drugs aren't my problem. And if I can just learn how to manage my weed smoking and my drinking, which I couldn't.
Yeah.
I have a drink, man. I don't stop until it's all gone.
So were you tattooing while drinking and smoking?
Well, I was an apprentice there.
Okay.
So, I mean, I wasn't supposed to drink.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to smoke.
You weren't even 21 yet.
I think I was exactly 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was able to drink legally.
Gotcha.
It was just that like it was kind of shunned upon. Like you should be learning.
Yeah.
You know. But they didn't really care that I smoked weed too much. Just that I wouldn't do it there.
Right.
You know. And so like that has always been accepted in the industry that I'm in. So it was kind of hard for me to get a footing in where I was at. I had to give up tattooing completely.
Yeah.
So it's like it started there in Apache Junction. I was about to start tattooing full time there, like just taking little walk-ins and stuff. And then I was struggling with the pill addiction and like trying heroin for the first time. And I remember going back to Indiana during that and
To live or to visit?
no, to visit.
Okay.
Like I was supposed to go back to Indiana for like a little vacation because I was there 7 days a week
Gotcha.
from 11 to 8 or 11 to 9.
Okay.
And I would show up early and mop the floor, and then, you know, I would be the last one out the door.
Yeah.
And so they gave me like a week off, and Bobby said, when you come back, you're going to be tattooing full time. And we're going to give you walk-ins, and you're still going to clean the shop, and you're still going to do the stuff, but like we're going to have you tattooing people that walk in.
For free or making them money?
No, making money.
Gotcha.
And
How long was your apprenticeship?
it was a year.
Okay.
And but I remember going back, and I was addicted to pills at that time. Like I went from 2, like I would get 1, and then I would get like 2, I would get 4, I'd get as many as I can. I remember selling my motorcycle just so I could buy a $1,000 car and have $2,500 to spend on pills.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got one of those old police cruisers, the
Like a Crown Vic?
the Crown Vic. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I went back, and I remember struggling with pills while I was in Indiana. Like I was trying my best.
Because it's hard to
pills.
find stuff out there.
Yeah, they're just like Norcos is what they
Right.
call them, like Norcos or
Yeah.
Lortabs.
I think
Yeah.
that's like the East Coast type thing too.
Well, that's nothing compared to a Perk 30.
Right.
you know?
For sure.
And they were like the real perk 30s. Like I never got into fentanyl or anything
Thank
like
God.
that. Yeah, thank God. I mean, even I think when fentanyl came out, it was like literally right when I was transitioning
Right.
to sobriety.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
and
too. I think I got a couple things that were laced in my meth with fentanyl, but the drug addict that I am, I would have never made it.
yeah. So they taught me how to smoke heroin.
Okay.
They taught me how to do Percocets. While the shop manager was telling me not to.
Okay.
You know, like so it was just this big like double life.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I have a couple really funny stories. I don't know if I've ever told you about them, but for time's sake, we'll keep moving forward.
Yeah.
But like, I remember repoing a 70-inch TV.
You told me about this.
Yeah,
The
it's
TV.
crazy, dude. They like the things I did in that apprenticeship compared to the things that the apprentices at our shop do is just
Is way different.
day and night.
Right.
Yeah, day and night. I had a real apprenticeship.
Yeah. Which back then it was, I'm gonna call it. It's like hazing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
well,
really,
I mean,
you guys were crazy back then.
Well, honestly, here's the deal. Like, if you're gonna go through all of that to tattoo,
Yeah.
then you deserve it. Like, if you can't deal with if you don't really want it,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, that's just the brass tacks of it. Like,
It's kind of like the solution to drugs and alcohol. If you're not going to put in the work for it, you don't want it.
right.
So,
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Or go get it somewhere else.
right.
You know.
So you're smoking heroin, doing tattoos, and you start getting arrested.
You make it sound like I was a rock star.
I mean,
Woo!
you live that life, you know?
Yeah, I like you get into hard drugs and like I remember the first time I smoked meth and I stayed up all night. All night tattooing somebody in their house in exchange for the meth, right? Yeah. And I remember getting offered meth after that and I was like, man, like no, I'm good. Like I've got stuff to do today.
Yeah.
Like I'll just
Were you the type that smoked meth and didn't do shit? Like you were sitting in a corner?
No, not like in a corner, but like I was lit.
All over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Like lot to do. There's all of a sudden there's a lot of stuff to do.
Right.
You know? So I turned it away. Like it was that belief in my head, like I can turn it down.
Yeah.
But it's really like that delusion is that like, well, I'm smoking heroin right now. I don't need the meth.
Yeah.
It was always one thing or the other. You know, so
when did kids and everything come into the light?
2013.
Right.
My daughter was born in 2013. I started to fall down the heroin road, like just right down that hole. But I remember trying my best not to do it. Like I just couldn't stay away from it.
Right.
Like it had a grip on me, you know? And I did the Suboxone thing and I patched the tire with Suboxone for about 2 years, but I would just not take my Suboxone and
So
I would
you could take
smoke
your heroin.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
sure.
From my experience, it's like I don't take Suboxone for 24 hours. You know, I smoke about a half a gram of heroin and then the next bit of heroin after the half a gram works.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it's that was life right when my daughter was born, and I was lying, and I would say I'm going to the store to get milk, and I would come back an hour and a half later. The store was literally right down the street.
Did you bring the milk back though?
I brought the milk back.
Okay, good.
It may or may not have had like black fingerprints all over it, but
The soot all over.
but there was milk, darn it.
Right.
But yeah, that's what it looked like, and then the meth came into play, and I just tried everything and anything to feel okay.
Yeah.
Like it's like grieving and stuff. Like I was telling you, I was gonna get emotional talking about the guys at the tattoo shop because like I loved them so much,
Yeah.
and they gave me such a good opportunity.
Have you been back there?
Yeah. So the shop manager from that tattoo shop came to our grand opening.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. His name's Big Mike.
Okay.
He was selling.
That's the one you have tattooed on you.
Yeah, he's on my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I loved those
That's
two.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was at our
Crazy.
grand opening.
Wow. That's amazing.
Um,
So you have the kids and really life starts
yeah.
taking a toll and
Yeah, Harmony was born in 2013, and her mom was tired of my shit.
yeah.
Um, and so we were together for another like 6 months. Like she was about a year old when we split up
Okay.
in January of 14.
And then when did you meet Selena?
Oh, I had known Selena
Before you knew Bree.
before I knew Bree.
Right.
Like I had known Ryder's mom for like 10 years.
Gotcha.
Like we used to run around and hang out when we were drinking in the desert,
Gotcha.
you know. And like she was trying to stay clean. She had just gotten off of house arrest.
Selena did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of was just like wrapped her up and
Held her hostage.
held her hostage in Apache Junction in an apartment. For her, it was like it was her own place, and
Right.
and it just went downhill from there.
Right.
Like that was the worst. 2015 was the worst year. 2014 and 15 were the worst 2 years of my life.
So what happened?
Well, I was on probation the whole time.
Okay.
So I'm running from probation. I'm trying to figure out how to do meth and heroin successfully. So I'm selling drugs. And I had been selling weed for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Since I started at the tattoo shop over in 2013. So from 13 to it's like 18.
Gotcha.
You know, I sold weed. But that was like my thing. Like, well, I just sell weed.
Right.
Right? I'm not your heroin dealer. Don't call me for drugs. But I had an 8-ball of every drug ready
To go.
you know. So like I'm trying to downplay the experience and like I'm selling heroin, I'm selling meth, selling weed, and think I'm never gonna get caught.
And you get caught.
Yeah, I get caught.
And what does that look like?
Luckily they didn't get to pursue my sales of the drugs.
Gotcha.
I don't know God.
Yeah.
I don't know. They always just caught me with a little bit. Because by the third or fourth time they had arrested me, I spent my re-up money on bail.
Right.
And I'm about to lose the apartment. Can't pay SRP. Like I have one of the SRP boxes, and I'm hitting the 2 buttons at the same time at midnight just so that I can have electric overnight.
Mm-hmm. Before you can go and run and put $20 on it, or
Well, go figure out.
$3.
We'll go figure out how to make $20 and
Yeah.
who I'm gonna take it from, or what I'm gonna sell, or what fake drugs I'm gonna sell somebody, or like.
So you get arrested.
Yeah, go to jail for the last time.
Gotcha.
In 2017. So all of 16, I was in Maricopa County Jail.
In stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, pink underwear,
They're
pink
coming
socks, stripes. Yeah, I know. I watched the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am too. I can't wait.
But I mean, it's just, I think that's one of the most amazing experiences to have, is like that moment where you go through intake and you go through medical and you get to the point where they have you change your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And you change into the stripes. There's like this smell of the stripes. Like it's not a bad smell. It's just like there's this smell
Yeah.
of like defeat,
Yeah.
when you change into the stripes and like, it's over.
So just for timing purposes, you get arrested, you end up, I mean, I know your story, but the others don't.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to be as brief, but as descriptive as possible. Like, there's all kinds of stuff that I skipped over.
It's fine. But just to get the idea, so you get arrested and this is when Selena's pregnant with Ryder, you get arrested.
Do a year at the tents.
Can we just talk a little bit about that real quick? You were locked up for a year, so you missed Ryder being born.
Mm-hmm.
And you get out.
Well, I think like one of the most important things that I learned while I was in there for the year is that like I used and drank in jail.
Gotcha.
So
what were you using?
Meth,
spice.
Yeah. We watered down hand sanitizer.
And drank it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like if I don't already have enough proof, there's the proof.
Yeah.
Like, a place that you're not supposed to get loaded at, I'm getting loaded. Like I'm finding any way in every way to get loaded.
Gotcha.
And then I get out and I get to meet Ryder.
Mm-hmm. How old was he?
He was 9 months old.
Right.
I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the shirt I was wearing. I'll never forget how I got to meet him. I'll never forget the first time I ever held him.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it was all God, for sure.
No, it was. Yeah, because like his mom wasn't even using the same babysitter anymore.
Yeah.
And for somehow, some way, my mom and my sister came to pick me up.
Yeah.
And that day, Ryder's mom called and said, "Hey, I can't make it to the daycare. Linda, can you go pick up Ryder?" And so she had Ryder with her.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't seen Ryder in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And so nobody knew when I was getting out either. I got extradited from Maricopa to Pinal. And so I'm in Pinal County in Florence. And they show up with my son.
Yeah. And you got to see him.
And I got to see him, yeah. Like, and I got to hold him and I got to tell him that like I'm never gonna get loaded again.
Yeah.
And that you're the most important thing ever. Like him and my daughter.
Right.
I got to promise them when I got out from after doing that year, because that year was miserable. Yeah. Miserable. I felt like I didn't belong there. Like you got the wrong guy. Like this isn't where I belong. Like I'm better than this.
Yeah.
And so I tell them, I promise I'll never get loaded again.
And if you hooked us up to a lie detector, we would have meant it and we would have passed with flying colors.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was done.
Yeah.
I was done.
Right.
And, but it says, unless I sense the ease and comfort by again taking like a drink or using a drug, like I'm paraphrasing obviously.
Right.
But like, unless I get that next drink or drug without a solution, without the steps, without some sort of program in my life, I'm getting loaded.
Yeah.
And I learned that day.
How long did it take you before you got loaded?
Probably a couple of months.
Okay.
It was probably a month or two.
So you were doing good. You were on probation. When did you go to Crossroads?
I went to Crossroads in 17.
Okay. Arcadia.
Yeah.
5116.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Yeah, I went to Arcadia.
Gotcha.
My probation officer said, "Do you want to go to jail or do you want to go to rehab?"
And you went to rehab.
And I went to rehab. So got to go to Crossroads. Whoop whoop.
Yep.
Shout out Crossroads. Did 28 days there. I was just doing time.
Right. Just to appease everybody.
I was just doing time. It was just like my jail sentence.
Gotcha.
Like I was doing the 28 days. I'm going to get out. I'm going to go back to mom and dad's spare bedroom because that's my lair.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to do this myself again.
Yeah.
But the goal was to keep in contact with Sponsor Dude. The goal was to go to meetings, and like the first flat tire I got, I went to Fry's and got loaded.
Gotcha.
You know, I had a bicycle at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple of flat tires from riding over to the meetings, and I was like, man, this ain't worth it.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah, I'll walk to Fry's and get a bottle.
Right.
Because my thing was, at that time, it was Black Velvet.
Okay.
So I just popped the slow pour off a Black Velvet bottle, and
Yeah.
because that's all I could do. Can't smoke heroin, can't smoke weed. They come up on a drug test, but I can drink.
So when did you finally have a moment of clarity and you got sober?
In 2018, I had this girlfriend I hated.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't stand her. Hated her guts. Hated everything about her. Hated everything about the people around her. But like, I was delusional. I was in a state where I thought that, like, okay, well, she has this, she has that, and I'm gonna go ahead and utilize those things.
Yeah.
And I said I would never go back to TLC again.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
God did.
Right.
God made me.
Absolutely.
So I go to because that's the only place. Like I had went back to jail again for 30 days. So I got free rehab.
Gotcha.
And after that 30 days in jail, I got out and I got loaded the first day right out the gate. I was driving, smoking on the way out. And a week later, probation said, if you're not at the halfway house at TLC,
yeah,
you're going to jail. And I was like, I just got out of jail.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to jail.
After doing a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after doing a year and then a month. And then, you know, she's like, you're going to go. At that point, that was prison.
Gotcha.
Right? So like that moment was prison. So I was in front of me sat this like, well, if you go back again, you're going to go to prison. If you decide to make this decision to go to the halfway house, then you have a chance.
Yeah.
So that was that moment of clarity for me, is like God gave me the opportunity to choose the halfway house, because it's all a gift.
Yeah.
It's all a gift.
So you go to TLC, you get sober, and you start, I want to get into your recovery and talk about that, because
Absolutely.
Your recovery is, you know, it's the
best thing ever.
the best thing ever.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, the cool thing is that I had some like recovery experience before.
Right.
And I got to have just a really good sponsor, like good sponsorship.
Yeah.
Good men's meetings.
Yep.
And distance from alcohol and drugs for long enough to.
And women.
Well, yeah, and that's because I'm Rico Suave, right, at 190 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
Like, no, like I don't know how I even had a girlfriend at the time.
So you get sober.
Yep.
You're
Get sober.
Doing good. Do your steps.
90 meetings in 90 days.
Gotcha.
Do the steps. Have a sponsor. Go to the Mesa Alano Club all the time. I was riding a bicycle. I got the opportunity to ride a bicycle. I got the opportunity to work at the food bank.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsor said, you need to change everything.
Right.
He's like, dude, if you are going to make, like, have any change in your life, the only thing that you're going to have to change is everything.
Right.
So I changed everything. I stopped tattooing because I never could do that successfully.
Right. And
I started working at the food bank.
Yeah.
You know, operating forklifts at the United Food Bank in Mesa. And that was a godsend. And I've learned, and it's very clear to me that if it's not my idea, it's going to work really well.
Right.
But if it's my idea, it could be a bad idea. You know, if I just stay out of the way, everything works way better for me.
Right.
You know?
So your parents are living in Indiana. Your daughter's over there. You're sober here. And we meet. Like, for time-wise, we really got to, you know, get through this because...
I totally understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to tell your story, but I know your story like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we get Ryder.
Yeah.
So you're like a year and a half sober.
Yeah, but like you left out the most important part.
What?
Is that I get to spend the rest of my life with the most beautiful woman in the whole entire world.
Thanks, babe. Thank you.
Absolutely. Like when we met at the CA convention in 2019, I was like, I can't hang out with these people, man. I did, but I thought you were so appealing.
Yeah.
Like there was something special about you, you know. And we were together for a little bit, and then Ryder's mom gets sick, and we get the opportunity to raise my son. So
a little bit. I mean, a lot of it. We were real, like, it was real fast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah, like 2 months after we started. I asked you very clearly,
Yeah.
are you ready for this? And you looked at me and said yes.
Yes.
And
we fought that DCS case.
Yep. Oh man, that was the coolest thing ever. I got to go to court and just sit there.
Yeah.
And just put certificates on the table and just sit there and everything was done right in front of me, and like just
and they tried to rip you apart. You know, we won't get into all that, but
it was hard to keep my mouth shut.
For sure.
Yeah, it was hard to keep my mouth shut, but my lawyer kept nudging me. He was like, "Hey, you got to shut up. You got to shut up. You got to be quiet." And that we won the case that way. You know, they dug their hole.
We got Ryder full time.
Yeah, sole custody of my son. I never thought that I would have sole custody of my son.
Right.
You know, I heard all the things. You're a POS. You'll never amount to nothing. You're never gonna get to see your son. You're never gonna stay sober. Like all of this stuff, and God had a huge plan waiting right around the corner.
Right.
Like it's amazing.
Yeah. So we have Ryder for a few years, and then we get married.
Yeah.
Amazing experience. So beautiful. So grateful. And then we get Harmony.
Yeah.
And so what does life look like today?
Well, life looks like today, like, I think it's very important to say that, like, all of that little snippet of everything happening, like, it's not all rainbows and peaches and like
unicorns
and
right.
Like, it's hard work.
Absolutely.
It's hard work to heal with someone.
Yeah.
And I think that when we got Harmony, like, we had our wedding, and then Harmony wanted to come live with us, and she made the choice to come live with us.
Right.
And I just think that life today is beyond my wildest dreams. Like, I get to own a business today.
Shout out Everlasting Ink.
Yeah, I get to own my own tattoo shop, but like, that didn't start, like, that wasn't just the first thing I did in sobriety. Like, I got to work at that food bank for a year and 10 months. I got to work at the tattoo shop while I was working at the food bank.
Right.
We moved to Phoenix in 2020, you know, and then I worked at another shop for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then opened the tattoo shop.
Right.
So it's like there's a lot of hours and hard work and dedication and research, and like, I didn't do it. It was all put in front of me by God.
Right.
And I agreed that it was this is the work I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like, by good sponsorship, good direction, a healthy woman in my life, like, and you know, I got to be a dad. I get to take my kids to school every single morning.
Right.
I get to ask them, who are we? And they say, good people. And then I say, what do we do? Treat others how you would like to be treated.
Every day.
So we start the day with standards. We start the day with a moral.
Right.
You know, because I didn't have that growing up.
Gotcha.
Nobody taught me that.
Gotcha.
So life today is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, the holidays are difficult. The holidays are difficult. I think it's just important, like, if you're watching and you're in recovery, to do the work. Like, there's going to be step work. There's going to be therapy. There's going to be cognitive behavioral therapy on top of talk therapy, on top of all the other things that a treatment center could offer you. But like, if you need help, just let somebody else guide you through it.
Yeah.
Like, it's other people's decisions that got me sober and kept me sober.
Right.
It's other people's guidance. It's these men in these rooms that guidance kept me sober.
Yeah.
You know, and a direct result, I get to have a smoking hot wife. I get to share my life with my children,
Right.
and they get to share their lives with us.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents moved back out here,
Right.
and we have a garage door with a camera on it.
I hate that thing.
We have we have a garage door and you open it and it records, and a mailbox. I haven't changed my
Can hear
address.
everything in there.
Listen, I haven't changed my address in
5 years.
5
6.
years. Isn't that
Well,
crazy?
it'll be 6
Same
years.
address.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
address.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What does your recovery look like today?
My recovery today looks like I have a meeting on Friday nights that I take into Crossroads West at 7:15 p.m. I go on Sundays at 6 p.m. to MRC, the Reentry Second Chance program, for the Department of Corrections.
Right.
And I get to take a meeting over there. That's starting actually this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've gotten to take meetings into the jail. We get to go to the prison, and we get to do the Christmas parties with the gals at Perryville, and the adolescents over at Lewis coming up on the 16th.
Super excited for that.
And they get to see their families, and they get to have Santa come and with wrap presents and get presents and receive presents. And
I think that was like really the best part, because I remember like going in there with you, and you know, it's way different in prison than it is in county. Mm-hmm. So you getting to volunteer with me, you know, this at the beginning of the month was a big deal, because I always say like the jails and the prisons are a big part of my heart and soul right now. Like I feel like that is where my purpose is, and I want to be, and I want to bring light in there, and you finally got to see it.
You are the light.
Thank you. You are too. And you know, we together, like you said, it's not all rainbows and unicorns, but we work through it, and we get together, and we're a damn good power couple together.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. 100%.
And we're going to take over the world. You and me.
You and me, Pinky.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
For real, though.
Right. So, if somebody was struggling right now, what would you ask them, or what would you tell them?
I would tell them just to take direction. I would tell them to find, if somebody literally was struggling right now and they reached out and said, hey, I need help, I would say, where are you? First thing I would say is, where are you at?
Right.
And if they told me where they were at, I would go see them. And if they let me come see them, then I would ask them if they wanted help.
Yeah.
And if they said yes, then I would go take them and get them help.
Right.
So there's so many nights. I'll leave the house at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night, go sit with somebody and detox.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
That's what my recovery looks like.
Gotcha.
Phone's always on. My phone's always on. If you really need me, call me 3 times back to back. I know it's an emergency.
Right. If somebody is wanting to get a hold of you, how do they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Hope Dealing Tattooer. You can reach out to me on Facebook with Ian Day. You can look up the shop, Everlasting Ink AZ, on Instagram, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
I guess we'll keep my phone number off of here.
You can put your phone number.
480-265-6144. I'm serious. Call me.
Yeah.
Like I recover out loud too.
Yeah.
We recover out loud so that people don't have to suffer in silence.
Absolutely.
And it's like, if you need me, call me. Yeah. I think I say that a lot too. If you need me, call me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Well, I really want to thank you for taking the time to come over here, and me being able to pencil it into your calendar
Yeah.
because we get to do that.
Yeah,
today.
absolutely. It's a blessing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for having me. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Crossroads. Thank you, Recovery on Air.
Yeah.
It's a special thing.
It is. And I've waited for this day. Like, I didn't want to throw you right in, you know? So I'm super excited that you got to come and see the studio and meet Robin and Billy and, Charlie. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Moving forward, I can't wait for you to come do our, big red couch.
right.
You know what I mean?
Because we're going to start a podcast.
Absolutely.
At the
It's
shop.
not going to look like this, but
Right. That's okay. You
but
got to start
we'll
somewhere.
talk about real stuff in real time.
For
and,
sure. So in the next couple years, what are your goals?
In the next couple of years, my goal is to potentially buy the plaza that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Start a tattoo supply shop.
Mm-hmm.
Travel the world.
Yeah.
Go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I just got sponsored by an aftercare, and I just got accepted onto a pro team in Florida.
Woo woo.
So we're
We're going to Miami. No,
we're
I'm
going
just
to
kidding.
Miami. We're gonna go to Daytona. We're gonna go down there and
lived
visit
in
them and see
Daytona.
their factory. They're gonna give us a walkthrough of the factory and stuff. And like,
I lived in Daytona Beach.
did you?
Yeah, when I
No
was
way.
13 with my grandma.
Yeah.
Only for 6 months, though.
Yeah, those are the goals, though. Like,
Yeah.
I want to buy a home, whether it's the home that we're renting right now, but we're going to buy a home or extend the home we're in,
Mm-hmm.
and buy the plaza.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of goals. We're going to travel to the United States. We're going to travel the world, tattooing for work, so it's all going to be paid for.
Next one, we're going to Puerto Rico
Yeah, Puerto Rico's in like,
next year.
yeah, it's at the end of the year.
2026 is, I thought 2025 was, a good year. 2026 is,
Rocky Point.
yep.
That's a goal of mine, too. I don't
We're
know if
gonna
it's
do
in the
a
next
tattoo
2 years.
convention in Rocky Point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
A lot of success moving forward.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, if you are struggling, please reach out. You can find us at thecrossroadsinc.org. Again, we're open Monday through Saturday, 2002 East Osborne Road. You can reach out, find Ian. We're always there to help. We do take all commercial insurance and all access plans. So again, Ian, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
And I love you and thank you for everything. With that, I pass.
I love you just
Bye.
as much.
Thanks for listening to Recovery on Air, the official podcast of Crossroads Addiction Rehabilitation, with your host, Christin Day. Join us next time as we continue our candid discussions about addiction and recovery. Listen 24/7 anytime to this or any of our shows online at starworldwidenetworks.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.